I'm stopping at RandyLand.
So Randy.
Hey Randy, how you doing? This is my dad, Ron.
Hi Ron, pleasure to meet you.
When did this project start?
About the turn of the century, in about 2000, 2001.
Okay.
Just out of, I discovered this as I was explaining this new medium, and any artist wants to make something beautiful and new in the world that evokes, a strong response in people. And so when I discovered that I could make images using the sun and the sky itself as the basic element, it was Katie bar the door. I just started, doing so, and I kept changing and building on the images, because when one stumbles on a new medium, one wants to see what one can do with it.
Yeah.
You don't want to just stick with the first one you do, the first cave drawing, So that's how it happened. It kind of grew slowly.
Now, I was wondering, do you make your own bottles?
I started to blow them, but I didn't have the time or the money to build on such an epic scale, so I did the American thing and I went shopping. I started off with the cobalt blue ones. That's where I discovered this refraction in action thing. I was sitting at my kitchen window, not sitting, but doing the dishes, and I had one of those cobalt blue bottles, and it was full of water. They sold them in the stores at the time, and I saw this little bright, pale blue light. So I put my glasses on, and I looked at it, and I thought, what the heck is that? And as I looked closer and closer, the view from my window in the wintertime includes the San Gabriels and Mount Wilson in the distance, and then the Echo Park hills and trees in the middle ground, and then in my backyard in the foreground. And it turned out I could see the entire view. The entire world was shrunken this big. And that's what fired. That's what got me started. Yeah. In the afternoons, these cutouts cast shadows on the back wall of my stairs, and as the sun arcs across the sky, the shadow of the hand with the heart in it and of the Virgin of Guadalupe climb the stairs.
Oh, that's neat.
Because the light source
awesome.
changes, right? And because the back wall is kind of an orangish red, it just lights up, and people come and get their pictures taken with it, and they also come and get their pictures taken in front of the LA thing. I should take pictures of you two in front of that.
Let's get one of you too.
Okay, cool. That when you fill a convex vessel full of water, it turns into a giant convex lens. And what that means is that you see the horizon upside down and shrunken in each one.
Oh, wow.
So, if the sun is in the upper left-hand corner of the sky, it's in the lower right-hand corner of each lens. See that bright spot?
Mm-hmm.
You see, there's a big bright field and then a very bright spot there. That's the sun itself. See the bright spot in each one of these blue bottles? That's the sun itself. And this one here, that has no water in it. That's the difference between refraction and light diffusion.
Okay.
Because there was some sediment in it, and over here, that's just light. That's also empty, but there's no sediment. So you can see the difference between refraction and just light filtering through the glass. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it is.
It's really wild, and it gets even wilder. This is the same configuration that I just showed you. These are for you, by the way.
Okay, great.
Taken from my upstairs window on the opposite end of the day, because this is at sunset because I'm looking west, right? And so, because the refraction, you can only see the refraction really clearly when the light source, the sun in this case, is on the opposite side of you from the lens, right? Otherwise you see mostly reflected light. So see how it's bright on the bottom of these teardrop-shaped ones? Mm-hmm. That's the sky. And see the dark part at the top? That's this hillside. And you see how it kind of dips right there and the sun's going in? That's the sun itself. That's this sun.
Oh, geez.
And so now here's where it gets really crazy. I discovered this. All the teardrop-shaped ones that are oriented upwards, the convex portion of the vessel functions, as I said, as a convex lens. It just turns the image, shrinks it, and turns it upside down.
Right.
But the stem is slightly concave. And a concave lens just turns the image around, doesn't turn it over. So the upshot of this, all this, palaver, is that the sun appears in each one and then splits into two. it performs mitosis, and one goes up and one goes down at the same pace that the sun is going across the sky. And here, I'll give you an example. You see, it's hard to see, but you see how there's 2 dots in that one, 2 red suns, or 2 yellow suns in that red bottle. That's after the suns have split. But the one right next to it, they're still in the process of splitting. Isn't that why? So that happens every day, every morning from here, and every evening from the house side. The show is just blazes.
Sounds like you redesigned the science of physics.
Well,
light and color.
I kind of discovered, I just stumbled upon using refraction, using essentially the sky itself and the sun itself as the basic element in a mosaic as opposed to a ceramic tile. That by using a lens, you're essentially using this, because the sky appears inside the lens, and it's not a facsimile of the sky. I mean, that's the sky as much as us looking at it directly is, right? Because we're looking through lenses ourselves, right? And our brains actually turn the image is projected upside down on the back of our retina, and our brains turn it over. I read this experiment where they did these put glasses on people to turn it upside down, and so it's projecting right side up on the back of our lens, and so for I don't know how long, X number of hours, they're walking around seeing everything upside down, and then all of a sudden the brain adjusts and turns it over again. Isn't that wild?
It is.
So anyway, this is for you.
Thank you.
And this is the same, like I said, the same configuration from the from the other side. And here's the other examples. This also shows that. Remember, I was just mentioning about the convex and the concave and how they slit. Well, this is a bit. You can see the concave lens the sun is there, and the convex lens, the sun is there. They're just kind of put together. So they're each in different stages in this splitting process. And these things are about 2 feet tall. Those bright ones there. You can see it in this. I don't know why I'm pointing at the photograph. You can see it in the, in the red ones inside the belly. You see exactly what I'm saying.
All right. Well, I for all would like to say thank you for making something beautiful like this. It's really nice to see.
Oh, thank you so much.